Um, I would attribute Coca-Cola's higher ratio of women executives to a few things. It's been an intentional and very deliberate effort. First, has been led from the very top. And so this is something that our CEO, our chairman, Muhtar Kent, decided that we wanted to achieve several years ago, and put in place a women's leadership initiative. And that's really what's driven the numbers that you see today. And there were a couple of things that were done in order for us to achieve that. First and foremost was to really understand where we are and put a measurement and tracking mechanism in place so that we would actually be thinking, with every move that we make, with every promotion, how are we progressing? Are we getting closer and closer to that goal? We looked at what are the barriers that the women in our organization face and how can we address those barriers. Things like mobility was a significant issue, and so we're looking at things like short-term assignments that would enable women who aren't as mobile to still get the experience and the background that they need. To be more deliberate, more intentional as we look at candidates for positions. Do we have women candidates in place? What would it take to get women candidates ready? And then for our talent, for the women, in our talent pool, making sure that they have the training, the mentorship, and the advocacy to enable them to move forward. And then finally, our chairman also put in place a Women's Leadership Council, an advisory council that he uses to sound, sort of as a sounding board, as he thinks through with his leadership team what it's going to take for the women in our organization to advance. As I talked earlier, women are the backbone of communities, and especially in this part of the world. And what do I mean by that? Communities in many of the countries that I look after are very male-dominated. But if you look at who manages the family, who manages a lot of the resources in many of the cultures in the Eurasia Africa region, it's the women. And so by making women more economically empowered, giving them more of a voice in the decisions that are made in the home, we know, and research shows that women tend to reinvest whatever they have in the community, in the form of education, in the form of healthcare. And so the most direct way to empower communities is to empower women, and that's why Coca-Cola is doing that. 5x20 is Coca-Cola's commitment. It's a global commitment that Coca-Cola has made to empower 5 million women by the year 2020. And we're looking at doing that in a couple of ways. We've looked at what the barriers are that women face. Access to business skills training, access to capital. Many women, because they don't own property, have a difficult time getting the capital to start or expand a business. And then access to networks, access to markets. And so 5x20 is really around addressing those key issues. And we've done that in a couple of ways. We've partnered with various organizations to provide business skills training. So far we've provided business skills training to over 100,000 women. We're working with the IFC to provide access to finance to women as well. And then we're also using our core business model, our retail business model, to provide more women with the opportunity to become retailers, to move from being sort of subsistence farmers to actually being able to sell not just the product that they grow, but also our product and other commercial products, and that enables them to earn an income. Again, we believe that the interests of the community and the interests of the company are intertwined. We can't separate the two. If the community is not doing well, then our company cannot do well. And so it's actually what we call inclusive business. It is smart business to empower women and to empower communities. Well, one of the things we said, imitation is the best form of flattery, and in this case, we're not looking to get flattered, but we're looking for others to do the same thing. This is one where you really do want others to copy what we're doing, to partner with us in what we're doing. The more women that are empowered, the better for everyone. And so we want to share our learnings, but we also come here to learn from others and see what we could possibly do to improve, not just in the advancement of women within our company, but also within the communities that we serve. For me, personally, I've realized that there is a lot more going on in this part of the world, in the Middle East, than I had anticipated. I've realized that there is a lot more that we at Coca-Cola could be doing, partnering with women in this area. There is a lot of drive, there is a lot of energy in the region for women's economic empowerment. And certainly I will be taking away not just ideas, but names, and potential networks that we will be developing to do more around women's economic empowerment for this region.